కలిగిలి పెట్టేద్దాలే. చాలా బాగుందండి, మీకు చాలా బాగుంది, పీస్ఫుల్గా
ఉంటుందండి. అందుకే అసలు మీకు ఇప్పుడు మేము అన్ని బుక్ చేసేసాము.
అదే
ఇక్కడే
పర్లేదు
ఆయనకు ఒక రూమ్ పెట్టాము మళ్ళీ
స్వామీజీకి. అండ్ మీకు కావాల్సినట్టుగా చుట్టూ పచ్చదనం,
ప్రశాంతత ఉంటుంది. ఇంకెవరు ఉండరు.
అవును.
అందువల్ల రెస్టారెంట్ ఒకటి ఆపరేట్ పెద్దది.
అవునవును.
500 ఎకరాలు మల్నాడు శృంగేరి దగ్గర. అలాంటి వాళ్ళే అలా అబ్బాయి మ్యారీడ్
అది డిస్ట్రిబ్యూట్ చేస్తాం. తర్వాత ఈయన కొడలి ప్రసాదం చేస్తున్నారు,
అలా
అవి డిస్ట్రిబ్యూట్
అలా
స్టూడెంట్స్ అందరూ.
అలా శృంగేరి ప్రసాదం మన శర్మ గారికి శర్మ గారు బెటర్ శర్మ గారు.
వీళ్ళకి పనులు ఉన్నాయంటున్నారు.
సరే చూడండి,
హోటల్లో ఉండొచ్చు.
మీ ఇష్టం లేండి, కానీ
రేపు ఫ్లైట్కి వెళ్తుంది కానీ
ఒకటి మరేంద్ర గారు వాళ్ళే తీస్తారు. తస్య ప్రకృతిలీనస్య యఃపరస్స మహేశ్వరః. పాదుకలు తీసుకొని తీసుకుడు తీస్తా. మళ్ళీ ఆ ప్లేట్లో పారబోసి ఇచ్చేసింది. ఓం మమ ఆజ్ఞే వర్చో విహవేశ్వయస్తు స్తనవం భుషేమా. బుట్టు పెడతాం. మమ దేవా విహవే సంతు సర్వ ఇంద్రావంతో. దానికి గంధం పెట్టండి. కుంకుమ దైవ్యా హోతారావనిషంత పూర్వే. 2 అక్షతలు వేయండి. అక్షతలు కొంచెం విభూతి వేయండి. ఏనో మానికాంగతమచ్చనాహం. పూలు పెట్టేసింది. ఇదిగోండి ఇదిగోండి. ఈ పూలు కూడా పెట్టేసింది కొద్దిగా. అగ్నిర్మన్యం ప్రతిరుదన్ పురస్తాద్ దబ్ధో గోపా. పూలదండి ఇది. ఇదిగా ఇదిగా అది ఇది పూలం పూలమాల. ఇది యజ్ఞమశ్వినో భా బృహస్పతిర్దేవా. కవర్ తీసి పట్టుకోండి. ఆయన ఏన సపత్నాపదే భవంతింద్రాగ్నిభ్యామవబాధామహేదాన్ వసవో రుద్రాదిత్యా. పర్వాంజమింద్రమముతో హవామహే యోగో జిద్ధనజిదశ్వజిద్యః. హిమన్నో యజ్ఞం విహవేత్ స్వాస్య కుర్మో హరివో. స్తాం విశ్వరూపాః పశవో వదంతి. సానో మంద్రే శమూర్జందుహానాదేనుర్వాగస్మాన్. తయో సంసుర్ణాత్ పుంసాం. పాదాలకి ఎత్ర యోగేశ్వరః కృష్ణో ఎత్ర పార్థో ధనుర్ధరః. స్మృతే సకల కళ్యాణ భాజనం ఎత్ర జాయతే. పురుషస్తమజన్ నిత్యం వ్రజామి శరణం హరిం. ఏషాం మృతిస్థో భగవాన్. లాభస్తేషాం జయస్తేషాం కుతస్తేషాం పరాభవః ఏషామిందేవరస్యామో ఆపదామపహర్తారం నన్న ముందు పదను లోకాభిరామం శ్రీరామం భూయో భూయో ఓం సహస్రశీరుషా పురుషః సభూమిం విశ్వతో వృత్వా పురుష ఏవేదగుం సర్వం ఉతామృతత్వస్యేషానః ఏతావానస్య మహిమా పాదోస్య విశ్వభూతాని త్రిపాదోర్ధబుధైత్పురుషः తతో విశ్వం వ్యక్రామదో తస్మాద్విరాడ జాయత సజాతో అత్యరిచ్యత యత్పురుషేణ హవిషా వసంతో అస్యాసీదాజ్యం సప్తాస్యాసన్ పరిధయః దేవాయజ్ఞం ధన్వానాః తైయజ్ఞం పరిహృతి ప్రోక్షన్నో తేన దేవాయ జంతాం తస్మాద్యజ్ఞాత్ సర్వహుతః పశోగుస్తాగుశ్చక్రే వాయవ్యానో తస్మాద్యజ్ఞాత్ సర్వహుతః ఛందాగుం జిజ్ఞిరే తస్మాదో తస్మాదశ్వాజాయంత గావో హజజ్ఞిరే తస్మాదో యత్పురుషం వ్యదధో ముఖంగిమస్య గౌబాహో బ్రాహ్మణోస్య ముఖమాసేన ఊరోదస్య యద్వైశ్యః ముందు పదను చంద్రమా మనసో జాతః ముఖాదింద్రశ్చాగ్నిశ్చ నాభ్యాసేదంతరిక్షం పద్భ్యాం భూమిర్దిశశ్రోత్రాదో వేదామేకం పురుషమహాంతం नीचे
జయ జయ శంకర విద్యాశంకర జయ జయ శంకర విద్యాశంకర జయ జయ శంకర విద్యాశంకర కర విద్యాశంకర జయ జయ శంకర విద్యాశంకర జయ జయ శంకర విద్యాశంకర జయ జయ శంకర విద్యాశంకర
చెప్పండి. గురువందనం చెప్పండి. సరే.
ఓం న కర్మణా న ప్రజయా ధనేన త్యాగేనైకే అమృతత్వమానశుః పరేణ నాగం నిహితం గుహాయాం బిభ్రాజతే తద్యతయో విశంతి వేదాంత విజ్ఞాన సునిశ్చితార్థా సన్యాస యోగాద్యతయః శుద్ధ సత్వాః ते ब्रह्मलोके दुपरान्तकाले परामृतात् परिमुच्यन्ति सर्वे दह्रं विपापं परमेश्वभूतं यत्पुण्डरीकं पुरमध्यसग्रस्थम् तत्रापि दह्रं गगनं विशोकस्तस्मिन् यदन्तस्तदुपासितव्यम् यो वेदादौ स्वरः प्रोक्तो वेदान्ते च प्रतिष्ठितः तस्य प्रकृतिलीनस्य यः परस्य महेश्वरः या फलिनीर्या फला पुष्पायाश्च पुष्पिणीः बृहस्पतिः प्रसूतास्तानो मुञ्जन्त्वगुंहसः
శర్మ గారు ఇక్కడ కార్యక్రమం అయిపోయింది కదా,
అది అడగండి, మనకేం తెలియదు, ఆయన మాట్లాడాలంటే. సంస్థానంలో పూజలు చేస్తాను.
మా కుటుంబం అలాగే సార్ కూర్చోండి శర్మ గారు. శర్మ గారు కూర్చోండి. నేను స్టార్ట్ చేయమంటారు. పర్లేదు పర్లేదు. సదాశివసమారంభం శంకరాచార్యమధ్యమం అస్మదాచార్యపర్యంతం వందే గురుపరంపరం. ఆ సాంప్రదాయాన్ని అనుసరించి ఆ గురు సాంప్రదాయాన్ని మధ్యలో అంతరాయం లేకుండా ఒక నదీ ప్రవాహంలా ఆ హిమనదుల్లాగా నిరంతరంగా ఆ గంగలాగా ప్రవహించేటువంటి ఆ సనాతన ధర్మాన్ని దాన్ని ఆపకుండా దాని వ్యాప్తి, ఆ సంస్కృతికి ఆ నీటి చేత ఆ యొక్క సంస్కృతిని కాపాడేటువంటి ఆ గొప్పనైనటువంటి ఆ సాంప్రదాయ పారంగతులు ఆ యొక్క సాంప్రదాయాన్ని కంటిన్యూ చేస్తున్నటువంటి సిన్స్ ద టైమ్ ఆఫ్ లార్డ్ శివ గివింగ్ ద గ్రేట్ టెక్నాలజీస్, యాజ్ ఇన్ హిమాలయాస్ ఈజ్ కాల్డ్ ఏ అవలోకితేశ్వర, ఈశ్వర, embodiment of the Trinity, and the one who retrieved that Sanatana Dharma, absolute Dharma, the great Adi Shankaracharya, the one who has restored Panchayatana. So the integrity of the Sanatana Dharma, the culture, how many temples, how many mathas, how many schools, and one of the most predominant schools he established, the 4 mathas, but not many people know. Before even Sringeri, matha established. The matha, the first matha, where Mother Saraswati came upon the request of Shankara, and Shankara's fulfillment of enlightenment by the grace of the divine Mother Saraswati, and upon his request, the Sarvajna Pita of Sharada Pita from there, coming to the south to bless us, because of the mother coming behind the Shankaracharya, and because of the river roaring and heavily raining even today in the rainy season, and he couldn't hear the mother's anklet sound, thinking what happened to the mother. He turned back and mother stood. Where mother stood, the matha established. The one who is keeping the present, the great Sri Abhinava Shankara Bharathi Mahaswami, the 72nd pontiff of the great Shankaracharya dynasty lineage. Srimad Jagadguru Shankaracharya Kudali Sringeri Mahasamsthana Dakshinamanya Sri Sharada Peetam, situated at confluence of Tunga and Bhadra rivers, the 2 great rivers, where the beginning is almost Sringeri, it is, where the end is called Kudali, such a holy communion. So today's Mandaleshwara, Mathadipati, Mahaswami Maharaj, in his Purvashrama has studied complete all the Vedas, Vedangas and Sanatana Dharma, Dharma Shastras. As a sannyasin staying at various Vedic scholars, studying with them in Karnataka, our native state, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, we feel so proud of you, sir, that you come from our state and you studied in those great lineages. While working as a Vedic teacher, he studied Vedanta through Marathi literature. He is very multi-plurent, multilinguist, like any of those great prodigies, like Adi Shankaracharya, like one of my teacher, Krishnamacharya, so proficient in more than 7 languages or 13 languages, as Mahaswami is telling. You see, that's how their brain, that's how their Mathematica, that's how their Mathas, the great dynasty of the Shruta Sampradaya, that's how it programs our brain. Whatever you listen, you remember. Whatever the language you adapt, whatever the terrain you adapt, every place where we go, that becomes their place. Those people become their children. So no different. The authentic Mahaswamis, that representing the authentic tradition, that's the most important today is authentic Pithas, authentic Mathadipatis, most important in this world of delusions. My learning in 1977, an ashram where Swami Vivekananda studied, Kailas Ashram, I feel so grateful to my Vijayaranya Swami Maharaj, who was, when I was a 7-year-old, studied in Kailas Ashram in Rishikesh. The first, so Lord Shiva appeared to him in his dream, and the sinking lingam in, so downstream, he has to retrieve, he has to brought back upon the Lord Shiva instruction, established in Rishikesh. So the forest worshipped by the rishis, meditated by the munis, in the same forest he established the Kailas Ashram. So here the Kalasi river, all these peaks and the ashram here, so it is similar to the Himalayas, similar to the terrain of the sacred Ganges, and on the shore the sacred place, auspicious places. We feel so proud. We feel so grateful to you, sir, on this auspicious Ekadashi day. Not only that, it is a Putrada Ekadashi day. It is a day of significance on many accounts. We are blessed by Paramatma, Parabrahma, the great Shankaracharya, that as a representative, you have honored our request to be here, sir, this morning, to bless us, to bless everyone world over. So this goes as a live, because that is a respect. So the people, entire world, let them listen to your voice, let them listen to authentic traditions, where they are situated, where the locations are. Our objective of going into the Himalayas every year once, coming to the Karnataka, in this sacred land where Shankaracharya meditated. So we always embrace the consciousness of this purest of this confluence between these two rivers, the great. The land is so sacred. So the scholars like you, the pandits like you, the Mathadipatis like you, sir, and serving all the time in these forests like ancient rishis. So we feel, a lay people, we come here, meditate. So paying every day, respects to you, remembering you and your dynasty. There is no day, we don't start a day paying salutations to you, your lineage, sir. So Swamiji learnt under Prakashanandendra, Anandendra, Prakash Anandendra Swamiji Saraswati in 2017. So I joined, I went to Rishikesh from the school of RSS. That's why I know. Always I used to have the Swamijis coming from the north and used to give discourses for 1 week staying in our school. And I am appointed to serve their lotus feet morning to evening, serving them. And upon their invitation I went for a summer camp, calling them, "Are aavo, so hamar ashram pe aap seekho." So the way they have exhibited their love, Vatsalya, the kind of the paternal motherly love, the gods are not in other, the gods manifest in their form. That virtually every matha I went, every guru I worshipped, whether it is Shivananda Saraswati, whether it is Vidyaranya Swamiji, the Peethadipati of the Kailas Ashrama, or Saraswati Maharaja of Bihar School of Yoga, or any of these mathas I studied, I have seen that kind of what a great guru is, selfless gurus is all about, how much they care, how much they sacrificed, for what they work, the spirit of Himalayas. So as a pracharak, as a sevak, as a volunteer, he learnt like a sincere disciple, having worked so hard, having won his teachers' hearts. So otherwise the positions of the great respect are not possible. Every shishya, every disciple, every ardent aspirant in the spirituality need to learn the qualities of Shadgunas, what Shankaracharya, what Vedanta, Damamu, Shamamu, Uparathi, Titiksha, Samadhana, the qualities what a student should possess, how to acquire sadhana chatushtaya before going to the teacher to bestow upon him the great Siddhanta Vicharana. He should prove he has established in Shuchi, Ashuchi Vicharana, Nitya, Anitya Vicharana before asking for Atma, Anatma Vicharana. Today, the techniques of self-realization, self-actualization, what is the technique that is enlightenment? People, unfortunate that people don't even know what is Siddhanta Vicharana, the way of wisdom, what is Shuchi, Ashuchi, what is Nitya, Anitya, what is Atma, Anatma, or what is Sukha, Dukkha Vicharana. That's called a Vidya. What is Avidya is not knowing it. So the great Pandits representing the Shankaracharya, retrievers of Vicharana, is not a Vicharana of intellect, debate, but it is a practice, it is intense sadhana that makes them illumined from inside. The Swamijis are. So we feel honored to say your lineage. It is to introduce what you come from, sir, and what a honor for us. So what we do is nothing, sir. Once upon a time, the Vaibhava conferred upon you, the Peethadipatis by the great kings. Where do we stand, sir? So he is actively involved in retrieving of Gurukula, removing all kulas, establishing the Gurukula. That is the most important. The Varnashrama only begins in the Gurukula ashrama. The Swamiji will decide who is a Brahmin, who is a Kshatriya, who is a Vaishya, who is a Shudra, based on their professional performance in academics in the Gurukula ashrama. He will decide their profession. That's why there is no unemployment in Sanatana Dharma. So it is all about Kula. Vritti is a Kula. Who decides? Every child is joined in the Gurukula under Swamijis and get educated to be. So based on their academic excellence, their skills, so Swamiji as a parent will decide who is what. Understand the Sanatana Dharma, how incredible 3,000 Gurukulams across the country. He has actively involved with the present government and organized. I still remember one of his invitation conferred upon Rama Janma Ayodhya when it is, inaugurated. Such a great event. So only VVIPs are extended the invitation. And I felt so happy to see the great Swamiji of the 72nd Pontiff representing the Kudali Samsthan is officially recognized by the government of India. See, it is not an ordinary honor. Many of the Mathadhipatis could not even get that invitation, let me tell you. He took Sannyasa Diksha in May 2023 as a successor to the Kudali Sringeri Mahasamsthan, and through the Math, also continuing to work in his life mission, which is creating awareness, establishing the ancient method of education system, of the wisdom of connecting, called gurukul method, of education as a mainstream model of education, replacing the conventional schools. Swamiji is a dedicated practitioner of Tantra, Kriya Yoga, and has reached a vast number of readers through his articles, explaining the complex subjects of spirituality in simple terms to commoners, beginners. He is guiding multiple universities and research organizations in terms of digitization of the manuscripts. The way the modern Mathadhipatis in this augmented connectivity on a social media, it is mind-blowing the way they adapt to the latest technologies and the way they function, using the digital forms to spread the Sanatana Dharma. So, all our admirations to you, sir, all our adorations to you, carrying forward this sacred Himalayan traditions at your lotus feet. He is known for his straightforward nature. When you all visited Kudali, you must have seen, he asked you, who is your Guru, whom he represents, isn't it? So, naturally, that is authentic way of starting a geshe, as in Himalayas called, or a tarka or a vitarka based on Nyaya Darshana. One has to prove based on a logic of 16. You see, it is a science that withstands the matrices, so that withstands the logic is only called dharma. That is only called Sanatana Dharma, an absolute science. A science has two modes. One is smartha, one is a theory. One is a practice, vicharana. Vicharana is a practicing tradition. I represent the vicharana tradition, having practiced smartha in Kailasa Ashram. So, both are very, very important. Most important is sadhana, chatushtaya, and the way to use the technology of Siddhanta Vicharana, meditating. Na bhajantu devataha, na snanena, na dhanena, na pushkarena, na yantrena, na mantrena, na labhyate. Shatar koti mukta janair vinasu. The last sloka, because I am so excited to see the damn Guruji. Even Sanskrit is going in a different way. So, trying to tell you the way the Shankaracharya has chopped off the layers of sheaths of ignorance. It is not aushada ucharayet, by reading a prescription, medicine will you cure the disease. How important the practice. So it is the purest practice we are trying to uphold within our limited capacity, not compromising any Sanatana Dharma. We only practice the purest of Siddhanta Vicharana. It's called in Buddhist tradition Siddhanta Vicharana. It is called in Himalayan Purvanga Desha, where Vedas revealed called Kalasha, Kailasha. That's where my learning begins, sir, along the Brahmaputra, along the Satrangi river called Sutlej, where the great Vasishtha wanted to suicide upon not being blessed by the Mother Saraswati. He jumped. Mother Saraswati is so kind. Mother Ganga has split into 1,000 rivers. Along the river is where the Shivas and Parvati met. All the four great rivers that generate in Himalayas, sir, I travelled along. Only one teacher, my Guru, one of my Guru, Krishnamacharya, who served Mysore Samsthan in 1926, Vadayar. So Sri Krishna, Tirumalai Krishnamacharya also learnt in the similar school, sir. So having studied, so the where the Vedas began, where the Tantra began, where actually Yogangas, in Himalayas, sir, it's called Kagyu, it's called Ningma, 9 yogas of the Ningma. So who preserved the Vedas, sir? Our Acharya Nagarjuna from our state, the 5 great Pandits, So Nalanda, Vikramashila, all these Takshashila, Indus Valley, all these great learning centers of Vedas disappeared because they could sense that it is going to vanish in India. Vikramashila, Vishwavidyalaya, all these in Sanskrit as it is, sir, preserved in Himalayas, those manuscripts there. Thinking still we have that Sanatana Dharma in purity. Yes, because of the Shankaracharya dynasty we still have. But the practices of what you call today modern yoga, asana, sir, it comes from Kagyu tradition, 135 porches, Kurantaka yoga, which Krishnamacharya retrieved. So a yoga to conserve the prana, everything as a conservation to prana, kriya, charya, asana, yoga, dharana, dhyana, samadhi and limbs. Sir, it is no different. Only we got separated by attaching. What Shankaracharya tried later on, as you know, sir, everything again converted into sects, religion, which he never wanted. He wanted to restore Sanatana Dharma Sampradaya. So we represented that purest of Sanatana Dharma Sampradaya. Always, whoever my gurus no more, but the positions will never die. We honor, wherever I studied, we always honored those Swamis. We always honor. I studied for a couple of months in Sringeri, the Sringeri Samsthan, Badarikashram, from where Shankaracharya went to Kedarinath, where he met the great Govinda Bhavatpadacharya, who took him to the great Gaudapadacharya, the one who descends the Patanjali Shishya called, so the, Mandukacharya, one of the great Peethadipatis in Sringeri is the same name, Mandukacharya, Gaudapadacharya's teacher. Unending the lineage, as Shankara has written, Guru Padaka Stotra or Guru Stotra, we go by that, we never compromise. In a modern stressed out world, it is not for a stress but for a self-realization, self-actualization, from duality to the singularity, drashta, darshana, what is it, drushya, with absolute latest understanding of the science. Being a scientist, we try to practice, we try to realize with the modern scientific methodologies of Rutam Vadishyami means. So progress as a spirituality, progress in a Siddhanta Vicharana should be proven by your heart rate, whether it is reducing or not. రాత్రి పడుకున్నప్పుడు 3 నెలలు, సో మీ యొక్క రెస్ట్ హార్ట్ రేట్ ఎంత ఉంది, సో మీరు నిజంగా ధ్యానం చేస్తున్నారా, నిజంగా మీ వ్యక్తిత్వంలో మార్పు వచ్చిందా, నిజంగా మీ వ్యక్తిత్వంలో మార్పు వచ్చినట్లయితే మీ గుండె యొక్క వేగం తగ్గిపోయిందనేది, గుండె వేగం తగ్గుతుంది, ప్రాణం అనేది కన్జర్వ్ అవుతుంది. ఆ విధంగా మన ఆరోగ్యం, ఆనందం. ఒక యోగి అనంటే, సమాధి అనంటే అక్కడ ఆ కణజాలం అనేది ఎంత ఆనందంగా ఉంది అని అంటే అసలు గుండెకి పనే లేదు, ఆక్సిజన్ పంపించాలి, ప్రాణం పంపించాల్సినటువంటి అవసరం, దాన్ని సమాధి అని అంటాం. ఈరోజు కూడా ఈ ఇయర్ మా యొక్క క్యాలెండర్ అయితే ఉందో, సజీవ సమాధిలో ఎంటర్ అయినటువంటి ఆ సాధువుల యొక్క ఏ విధంగా అనేది శాలిగ్రామాలుగా మారిపోయారు. ఈరోజు కూడా మనకి హిమాలయ లోయల్లో వాళ్ళు సాక్షాత్కారం కనిపిస్తారు. మేము ఎక్కడికైతే తపోవనానికి వెళ్తామో, తాబో అంటాం, ఆ ప్లేస్కి వెళ్తామో, ఆ ప్లేస్ ముందు ఒక ప్లేస్ వస్తుందండి. ఆ ప్లేస్ అలాంటివి ఎన్నో ఉన్నాయి, శాలిగ్రామ విలేజెస్. మనం కేవలం గరుడ పురాణంలో, వేదవ్యాసులు రాసినటువంటి గరుడ పురాణంలోనూ ఎక్కడో చదువుతాం శాలిగ్రామాల యొక్క సో వైశిష్ట్యత. కానీ సాక్షాత్తు ఆ శాలిగ్రామాల్లోకే ఎక్కడైతే మీకు సాక్షాత్కారం ఆ సుదర్శన చక్రాలు కనిపిస్తూ ఉంటాయో, శాలిగ్రామాలు కనిపిస్తూ ఉంటాయో, ఆ విశిష్టమైనటువంటి ప్రదేశాల్లో అక్కడ నేర్చుకున్నాం గనక ఆ ప్రదేశాల్లో 5,000 మీటర్లు, 5 కిలోమీటర్ల హైట్లో ఏదో ఏర్పాట్లు చేసుకొని కేవలం తపస్సు గురించి అక్కడ ఇప్పటికి కూడా గుహలు ఉన్నాయి, ఇప్పటికి కూడా ఆ సాంప్రదాయాలు ఉన్నాయి సార్. సో ఆ విధంగా మేము విచారణ అనేది ఉందో, సిద్ధాంత విచారణ, ఆచరణయే విచారణ. లోపల వేసేటువంటి ఆచరణ విచారణ. ఆ శస్యనే విపశ్యన, పశ్యతే విపశ్యతే విపశ్యనే. సో ఇవాళ మార్నింగే చదివాను, మీరు వస్తున్నారని. భజగోవిందం ఏమిటి, ఎందుకంటే ముక్కోటి ఏకాదశి కదండి. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ అవర్ ఇంట్రడక్షన్. మచ్ మోర్ ఈస్ whom we are honoring, why we are honoring. So it is a respect to your position, it is a honor to the traditions, Vedic lineages. What a sacrifice, each one of your pontiffs, each one of your life. There is so much. We just lead an ordinary life, petty life, a wife, children. This is our world we claim. For you, entire world is. We all are your children. The same Vatsalya, the same blessing for you. This year calendar is pure of Himalayas, sir. Retrieving the traditions. We think there is nothing in Himalayas. Everything begins yoga. Yoga began in Kailash. It is Kailash. Today we represent Kalasha, representing the Kailasha. Without Kalash there is no puja begins. So this is how you will find everywhere. You see how they have become. There is no death, immortality, Sajiva Samadhi. వింటూ ఉంటాం, చదువుతూ ఉంటాం, కానీ మనం ఎక్కడైనా చూస్తే కదా వీళ్ళ యొక్క డాక్షన్ ప్రాక్టీస్ అతి యోగా అంటాం సార్, వైరాగ్య విముక్తి యోగా అంటాం. సో అటు సమాధి, అటు విముక్తి, ఈ మార్గాలన్నీ కూడా పదిలంగా వాళ్ళ భాషలో పదిలపరుచుకొని మన సాంప్రదాయాన్ని, మన ధర్మాన్ని ఎక్కడా కూడా ఎలాంటి పొరపాటు లేకుండా కాపాడుతున్నటువంటి పేరు ఏముంది సార్? వాళ్ళు నో మాడ్ అని అంటాం, అంటే నో మ్యాడ్ అని అనుకోండి, లేకపోతే నామే అనుకోండి, గాన్ బియాండ్ నేమ్ అండ్ ఫేమ్ అనుకోండి. సో ఇంకా ఆ సాంప్రదాయాన్ని మహాయానం అంటామా? ఇవన్నీ సార్ గౌడపాదాచార్యులు, మండూకాచార్యులు, శంకరాచార్యుల వారినే సాక్షాత్ మధ్వాచార్యులు కానీ, రామానుజాచార్యులు కానీ, అయ్యా నువ్వు బుద్ధిజం ఎస్టాబ్లిష్ చేస్తున్నావు, అసలు వీళ్ళకి తెలియదు ఏంటంటే సిద్ధాంత విచారణ, బుద్ధుడు చెప్పినటువంటి త్రిలక్షణ విచారణ ఒకటేనయ్యా. ఎవరైనా ధర్మ సంస్థాపనార్థాయ సంభవామి యుగే యుగే అది చెప్పడానికి వచ్చేరని, ఏ సంతువైనా ఏ సాధువైనా అందరినీ కలపాలని, అందరం మానవత్వంతో ఉన్నటువంటి మంచి మనుషులుగా మారాలని, ఆహార నిద్ర భయమైదూనంచ సామాన్యతోమేవ పశుర్భీనారానం. అయ్యా ధర్మతో ఏవ విశేషతో, అయ్యా మనం మనిషిగా జన్మించాం, తతో పుంస్త్వా నరజన్మ దుర్లభమత తతో వైదిక ధర్మ మార్గపరతా. ఎంత అదృష్టం మీలాంటి మహనీయుల్ని కలవటం, ఆ యొక్క ధర్మం గురించి ఆ ప్యూర్ ఫామ్లో చదవటం, ఆత్మ అనాత్మ విచారణ చేయటం. ఏదో పుస్తకాల్లో జనాలు చదువుతారు కానీ దాన్ని కూడా ఇప్పుడు అంతా స్కాలాస్టిక్ అకాడమిక్ అయిపోయింది సార్. ఎవరు అబ్జర్వ్ చేస్తున్నారు సార్? దాన అంటే సో లోపల అబ్జర్వ్ చేయటం అనేది, మన యొక్క ద్వైత స్వభావాన్ని తొలగించుకొని మంచి మనిషిగా మారడం అనేటువంటిది, యానిమల్ ప్రవృత్తులు వదిలేయటం అనేది, ఆ విధంగా అదే మోక్షం అనేటువంటిది. నెమ్మదిగా అదే మోక్ష సాక్షాత్కారానికి వైరాగ్యం అని అంటామని, విభిన్న ప్రకారాలుగా పిలుస్తామనేటువంటి విషయం ఏదైతే ఉందో, సో ఈ యొక్క ఢిల్లీ ప్రపంచంలో నానాటికి కూడా ఆ ధర్మాన్ని సో ఏ మోహావేశంతో, లేకపోతే విపర్యంతో, లేకపోతే అవిద్యతో, సో దానికి నానా రంగులు మారుతోంది. దాన్ని తీసివేయడానికే శంకరాచార్యుల వారు వచ్చారు. మళ్ళీ మీలాంటి మహనీయులు చేసేటువంటి ప్రయత్నానికి మా యొక్క సేవలు, మేమేం సేవ కలుగుతాం సార్ మీ యొక్క సేవల ముందు. సో వీఆర్ ఎట్ యువర్ లోటస్ ఫీట్ దిస్ మార్నింగ్. సో నౌ యూ హ్యావ్ టు టెల్ us, you have to give us a guidance like any Peethadipatis. So what can we do for you? What we are doing to every Peetha where I studied also, what we can do, we do, sir. But honoring you this morning in a traditional way to the extent possible is a great honor to all our students all over the world to see you. So I took quite a long time. It is not a long time for a long-standing tradition to introduce to the people, because people look at the age, at the age of 5 years, 6 years, Shankaracharya had a wisdom of renouncing the life. Only mother, a call from the soul. What? He wanted to see the Shiva, that's all. So is there any forest? Is there any cave? Wherever he meditated, I went there. How difficult he went to reach, sir. Including Sri Shaila, where he has written Yoga Taravali. Today morning I am talking. What a great soul, sir, that you truly represent. So we are feeling honored. with your presence. ఏదైనా అతిశయోక్తి ఉన్నా, ఏదైనా అనుశయోక్తి ఉన్నా, ఏదైనా అలంకారప్రాయంగా లేకపోయినా, ఏదైనా చందోబద్ధంగా లేకపోయినా, మేము మీ శిశువులమే, అందుకని మన్నించి మీ యొక్క పాదాల చెంత మేము ఉన్నాం. సో మాకు మీ యొక్క శ్రవణానందాన్ని మా యొక్క శ్రవణానందాన్ని ఆ శృత సాంప్రదాయబద్ధంగా మీరు వినిపించారంటే మా యొక్క జన్మ ధన్యమైపోతుంది. శృత సాంప్రదాయం అంటే మీ వాయిస్ చాలు, మీ వాక్కు చాలు, మీ వాణి చాలు. అదే చెబుతాను. ఆలోచన ఇంట మనస్సు, ఇంద్రియాలు, బుద్ధి, చిత్తం, అహం అనేవి ఆ యొక్క సోల్కి వ్యతిరేకంగా పనిచేస్తున్నాయి. ఆ కృష్ణుడు అదే చెప్తున్నాడు అర్జునుడికి, నాయన అవి మిత్రులుగా మార్చుకోమని. ఎవరైతే మీ పాదాల చెంత చేరి సో మీరే అనుకుంటే, మీరే దేవుడు అని అనుకుంటే, ఇవన్నిటినీ కూడా సైలెన్స్ నిశ్శబ్దంగా ఉంచితే చాలు. సో వాళ్ళ లోపల ఆటోమేటిక్గా మార్పు వస్తుంది, వాళ్ళకి ఎన్లైటన్మెంట్ వస్తుంది. సో ఆ విధంగా మీరు ఆ శృత సాంప్రదాయాన్ని అనుసరించి సో మీరు మాకు ఒక ఉపదేశం ఇచ్చారంటే మా జన్మ ధన్యమైపోతుంది.
Oh. Is it working? Yeah. Increase the volume little. Hari Om. Hari Om. Okay. Okay. It becomes very difficult for me to talk to both the sides because my neck will start paining. Therefore, I request if it is possible, you may come and sit here. Here we have space because eye contact is very important while talking. For meditation, the setup is fine, but one-to-one conversation. You may bring the mat also if needed. I will start with an invocation. ओंकारः प्रौढमूलः पदक्रमसहितश्छन्दविस्तीर्णशाखैः ऋक्पत्रः सामपुष्पो यजुरधिकमथोऽथर्वगन्धं दधानः यज्ञच्छाया समेतो द्विजमधुपगणैः सेव्यमानः प्रभाते मध्ये सायं त्रिकाले सुचरितचरितः पातु नो वेदवृक्षः. I will lead one more prayer. Please repeat after me. सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. Fine. Can you get a cordless mic? Okay. బాగుంది, కానీ ఎవరైనా ఏమైనా క్వశ్చన్స్ అడుగుతారేమో అని చూద్దాం. నాకు if some questions come, I will get an idea what to talk. Otherwise, I will be speaking in some direction and you might be expecting something else. You may ఇవ్వండి, మైక్ ఇవ్వండి వాళ్ళకి. అలా
మాకేం తెలియదు, మేము ఎలా అడుగుతాం సార్?
No. They might be having some. Is there any question? Because I don't know which background you are all coming from. No questions.
poetry would be very well known, what is written. But as per your experience, what were your turning points in life which brought you to this level?
Okay, okay.
So what is not very well known, but internally how you felt and how was your journey, which
Okay, okay.
major turning points?
Fine, fine, fine. Any other question?
Maybe it is like what made you to choose this path, actually.
Yeah, I got it, I got it. Any other question? I'll take that also. Nobody has any questions? Yes, yes. Give the mic to him.
Thank you, Swamiji, for this opportunity. So what does the future look like? Because we are seeing a lot of conflicts around the world, everywhere. And thanks to Guruji, we are following the path of self-realization. But in your eyes, how do you see the future and where are we heading towards?
Okay, okay. Yes. One is geopolitical question, another one is personal question.
Namaskar, Swamiji. So one question is, how do we motivate ourselves? Like in the spiritual journey, we keep having ups and downs. We try focusing on what is more important, but then sometimes life, certain challenges come and it's like a sine wave.
Okay. One more individual question. Okay. I'll answer all. Yes, Sheila.
Namaskaram, Swamiji. My question is, how do we differentiate between ego and intuition, and how do we make the correct choices in this spiritual journey?
Okay. Fine. See, this is why I asked questions. Because the materialistic growth of the West has made them powerful. Therefore, their view of life has become the world view of life. How they look at the life has become the mainstream in the world. That has led to the reductionist mentality. Reductionist mentality means if we have one problem, addressing that one problem. You asked about how do we differentiate between ego and the intuition. You think that is an individual problem and individually you will get a solution to that. Another person thought differently. Another person is thinking about the global situations and he is asking about my personal journey. After taking the sannyasa diksha, a sannyasi is not supposed to remember his past life. Even the life threat, even if you put a knife on his neck, he is not supposed to remember his past life and discuss about it. So, there is a book called Yati Dharma Sangraha. In the Yati Dharma Sangraha, it is said that even in the life and death situation, sannyasi is not supposed to remember what was his name, what was his education, etc. Therefore, I am not even supposed to remember what I have studied. The qualifications, etc., I am not supposed to remember. Forget about hometown, etc. Therefore, it is not appropriate to discuss why did I choose this path. If you understand Bharat in its original form, that's why I said the West has become dominant, that the Western thought has become the Indian thought now. Reductionist means addressing each problem individually. That is a reductionist approach. But the Bharat's approach is holistic approach. You fix everything, you will fix all individual problems. That's how Bharat approaches the problems or the life. Let me give you an example. Currently, the world is facing a lot of challenges, including the drug addiction, etc. So, we are trying to fix each problem in a separate with a separate plan. You might know that there is a book called Fatherless America. In 1970, a book was written with the name of Fatherless America. In that book, the author discusses how many families are there where the children don't know, not families, how many people are there who don't even know who their parents are. Because many people get married to somebody and divorce somebody, or without marriage they get into a relation and they produce children and they leave them and get with another person. The orphan children grow up and become citizens. In that manner, there is a large number of population which doesn't even know which family they belong to. They need to be provided with education, shelter, etc. by the government. Some people become nomads. Even with the families also, families are not sustainable, because they don't know when they are going to divorce each other. Even if they are not divorcing, the children, the moment they grow up, they have to step out. Otherwise, if the parents become old, they have to be moved out. In that manner, instability in the society, or in other words, instability in the family system. This is one problem. Looks like one problem. But this problem causes multiple other problems. So, how do we fix this? Giving food ticket, giving pension to somebody, or government is arranging a health bill. Because if in India, in a family, somebody is not feeling well, there are people to look after them in the family. There are relatives, there are neighbors, there are villagers. Government doesn't have to worry who is sick and who is not sick. But if there is no family system, government should take care of all these things. So, in that manner, a lack of stability in the family system causes multiple other problems, including psychiatric problems. People go to consultants, therapists these days. We have survived thousands of years without therapists, isn't it? Why? So, in that manner, family is the biggest facilitator of multiple things. Therefore, we have to protect family. Oh, government should bring a policy or bring a scheme to protect family. No, no, no. We don't think in that manner. In our Bharat, our rishis, our society builders have thought differently, and they have influenced society in a way that organically it's taken care. If somebody is divorcing, that was a big insult. Oh, somebody is divorcing. So, the person who is divorcing his wife is considered villain in the society. So, due to the insult, he will refrain from divorce. In villages, if two brothers are fighting with each other, somebody in the village will tell them that, oh, you both of you are the grandson of so and so person. Why are you fighting? So, if we continue fighting, we will bring bad name to our late grandfather. Therefore, we will refrain from fighting. The kirti, the reputation of the late grandfather, is protecting them, keeping them like friends, keeping the brothers together. Even in the Ramayana, multiple times, Lakshmana with aggression wants to do so many things. All those times, Rama calms him down by saying, this will not bring kirti to our family, our lineage. This will not bring kirti to our family. That's the only sentence Rama uses, and Lakshmana calms down. Why that kirti of the family is important? So, the kirti of the family, the reputation of the family is the highest aspect in our life that we have to work for. Family is the most regarded aspect in our life. Even in the Gita, when Arjuna throws away his arrow, bow, and wants to become a bhikshu, I will become a Brahmin and I will roam around and I will take alms and I will live a peaceful life. I will not fight this battle. Then also Krishna says, Akirti karam Arjuna. Arjuna, this will not bring kirti to you. Now, if you preach somebody that, oh, you should build a good family, it is not going to work. You asked about motivation. These days a new book has come. These days a new book has come, and with the title of the book is Why Motivation Doesn't Work. Really, I'm not joking. You just Google it. Why motivating people doesn't work is one title. Why motivation doesn't work? Two titles I have seen. So, motivating people, preaching people, giving suggestion, advising won't work. Parents tell people, oh, don't lie. So, children still lie, isn't it? They continue lying. If advising children would have worked, they would have become Satya Harishchandra. Isn't it? By the way, I haven't studied in the English medium, and also the English is not my day-to-day conversational language. Therefore, my English might fumble at places. You have to adjust and replace the correct words.
Like kirti, for example. Kirti of family. It is the lineage, dignity of the family tree. Family. That's what. Because there are many Westerners. So, kirti, that is
yes.
The dignity of the family. So.
honor of the family. Even in the Greek culture, it is the honor is the most revered thing. In the 300 films, they fight for the honor, isn't it? Sparta honor, isn't it? I was a very movie buff. I used to watch a lot of movies. Therefore, I know certain things, cultural. So, by advising, you cannot build a family. Therefore, our people did not advise to build a family. They created certain systems which built families. For example, if you ask somebody to keep your spine erect, they will keep their spine erect, and they will again and again it will come down, isn't it? If you make a mattress in a way that if they sit on it, their spine will anyway will be erect. If you design such a arrangement, sitting arrangement, it is easy. You don't have to advise them to keep their spine erect, isn't it? That way our people have worked. To understand Bharat, we have to take 3 steps. Can somebody keep a watch here? I need to look at the time. Yes. Drishti, Siddhanta and the Anusthana. These are the, even Drishti, Siddhanta and Anusthana. Drishti means vision. It's fine. Drishti means darshana, vision. Somebody went to some hill station and on a top of hill he saw sunrise or sunset and he had some great experience. That experience is inexpressible. His body was trembling and he was going through deeper and profound dimensions of his experiences. Therefore, it is beyond his linguistic proficiency, and when he calms down, he comes to the town and tells his friends that I had some experience in the top of the hill. His friends will immediately ask him, what did you eat at the night? Is it because of food or some beverage or some substance, or what was it? So they will scrutinize first. Next, what was the place? Does it happen only at that place or somewhere else also happens? What were you wearing? What was the time? Is it because of the time? Is it because of the consumption? Is it because of the clothes that he is wearing, or is it because of the place that he is standing? What was it? Why the experience was caused? The scrutiny happens. The scrutiny is called mimamsa. The drishti has happened. Drishti, the vision, the experience has happened. Darshana has happened. After the darshana, the scrutiny is happening now. What is the experience is called? Are there any other dimensions of such experiences? Savikalpa samadhi, nirvikalpa samadhi, etc. All kinds of scrutiny is happening. After the scrutiny, they will come to the conclusion. That conclusion is called siddhanta. Anta means end. Siddha means established. Whatever is established at the end is siddhanta. Now somebody comes inside the hall. We will call him, hey, a cow has come. Somebody says, no, a dog has come. Somebody will say, no, some snake has come. Some other person will say, some bird has come. So how to decide what has entered the hall? How do we decide? There is a process to decide. It's called lakshana pramanabhyam vastu siddhihi. With the lakshana and the pramana, a thing gets established. What is lakshana? Characteristics. What is the characteristic of a human being? He will have 2 legs, 2 hands, he will be standing, his spine will be erect, he will have a head, 2 eyes. These are all
we call specifications.
Specifications. Lakshana is translated as if it is a cow will have 2 horns, and it will have 4 legs, it will give milk, all kinds of lakshana are there. Now we are done with the lakshana. What is the pramana? Pramana, pratyaksha, anumana, shruti. Three types of evidences mainly. There are 6 other 3, but mainly 3 types of evidences. What is the pratyaksha? Self-experience. You are seeing something and your pramana is matching. That becomes, that is human being, that is cow, that is bird. This is how you recognize. Lakshana and pramana are matching. Lakshana pramanabhyam vastu siddhi. In this way, there is a scientific process to inquire and know, which is called Shastra. Shastra means science only. In the West, what has happened is, the religion is against the science. Therefore, there is a conflict between scientific knowledge and religious knowledge. But in India, science is called Shastra. Religious knowledge is also called Shastra. For example, in Telugu language, most of you speak, I guess, Shastravettalu means scientist. If ISRO launches some satellite The next day, the news headline will be Shastravettalu, ISRO Shastravettalu satellite ni pampicharu. Scientists are literally called Shastravetta in Telugu language.
Shastrajnalu.
Shastriya means scientific. Anyway, Drishti Siddhanta. In this way, there is a scientific way of inquiry which is called as Shastra, through which we will get knowledge. The third part is Anusthana, execution or implementation. Now, the person has experienced something on the top of a hill. Now, it has been scrutinized and established that what it is. Now, his friends also want to experience it. How do they experience? They will create a process which is called Anusthana or execution. Oh, at this time you have to start from this place, you have to wear so and so kind of shoe, you have to wear so and so kind of clothes, you need to carry a water bottle, you have to start from this path and you have to reach there at this time, stand there, do this, then you will experience. What is it? Anusthana. This is what we call sadhana. Anusthana and sadhana are synonyms. Sadhana might be the worldly sadhana or spiritual sadhana. Similar, in the world also you will follow same process. In the spiritual path also you will follow the same process. Drishti, Siddhanta, Anusthana. So, what our rishis experienced is something that we cannot describe. They wanted the other people also, all the population to experience or achieve such experience. But it is very difficult. People will have their own limitations. That is, the limitations are called as adhikara bheda, various types of eligibilities. If you teach some meditation to 10 people, 10 people will experience 10 different kinds of, will have different experiences, because based on their prarabdha, their mental structure, their physical structure and their chitta, everything will be different. Their prarabdha, 10 people will have 10 different prarabdhas. Even if you teach same thing, they will have 10 different experiences. In that way, 1.4 billion people in India you cannot create something and transmit to everybody. Oh, I have experienced this. This is very profound. All of you have to learn. No, it won't work like that. At the early stage of our life, 18, 19, at the age of 18, 19, we think, oh, if something we like, everybody will like, everybody should like. But later we realize that, oh, world won't like. Isn't it? Similarly, whatever rishis have experienced, everybody has a potential to experience that, but it is not practical to expect everybody to experience it. Having potential is different, having the ability to exploit the potential is different. Everybody comes with the same potential, but the limitations are very different. So, therefore, our people transmitted the knowledge accordingly based on the adhikara bheda, based on the eligibility criteria. They transmitted, they spread the knowledge. That is what we call as Veda, Shastra, Itihasa, Purana, Agama, Tantra, Yoga, various paths, various types. This Shastra has travelled even all the nooks and corners of the country. Let me tell you an example. Ayurveda, not Ayurveda, Dharma Shastra. In the Dharma Shastra, it has been mentioned that Sardra Hastapado Bhunjitha. When you eat, your hands and feet should be wet. Ardra. Ardra means wet. Sa ardra hastapado bhunjita means with wet and hands and feet you should eat. This is the sentence in the Dharma Shastra. Now you go to Vijayawada district, a small village like a small town like a Tenali, and go to a small house where the housemaker, housewife. If I say housewife, it will be offensive. I will say housemaker. So a housewife who did not study Dharma Shastra, who doesn't even know a Dharma Shastra, a scripture called Dharma Shastra exists, who went to nearby college and studied up to 12th standard, who doesn't know Sanskrit, who doesn't belong to family of scholars, who doesn't follow any guru, who doesn't do meditation, a typical Telugu speaking housemaker. If somebody comes to their house in the lunch time, she will go inside and prepare lunch. After preparing the lunch, she will come outside and ask the guest, Annai garu kaalu kadukkondi. She will say it, right? Telugu people are nodding their heads. She will ask, brother, wash your hands and feet. She will not say, lunch is ready. She will not say, come for the lunch. She will not say, table is ready. She will ask the guests to wash their feet and hand. So, a typical homemaker who doesn't even know that there is a book called Dharma Shastra, practices Dharma Shastra in her day-to-day life. This is how Shastra travels to the world. In vice versa, the worldly knowledge travels to the Shastra. Grassroots knowledge travels to the Shastra. This is the execution, Anusthana, Drishti, Siddhanta, Anusthana, the third phase. In this way, you can find many things. For instance, for every festival, they use neem leaves to tie on their doors. Neem leaves, Vepaku. Neem leaves are used everywhere, at least in South India, even in the North India. Now, scientists are coming up with a lot of research on the neem leaves, what it contains, what it does, etc. How our people knew all these things? So, whoever experienced certain things, they will make sure out of compassion. In our Bharatiya history or parampara, we are not supposed to sell our knowledge. We are not supposed to make profit out of our knowledge. This is the principle. Therefore, the moment somebody gets to know something, they will not try to get it patented and make money out of it. These days in YouTube, etc., in the social media, there are a lot of coaches, business coaches, who will try to teach you that how to make money out of your knowledge. Making more and more profit is the ultimate goal of life. Therefore, you have to acquire knowledge. The purpose of acquiring knowledge is to become wealthy, successful. That is the current approach. But it was not so in India. So, whatever knowledge our people got, they tried to transmit that knowledge, spread that knowledge through various practices that are related to our religious practices. We don't have a religion. For instance, there is a temple in the center of a village. A village has been developed around the temple, and every practice of that family is attached to that temple traditions. So, that temple is a center to transmit that knowledge. As I said, the housemaker asking people to wash their feet and hand, she has heard it from her mother or grandmother. She has seen it. Even if she does not do it, the knowledgeable person who visits their house, he will go and wash. He will ask, where is washroom? If you ask them to directly to the lunch, they will ask, Amma, where can I wash my feet? Then she gets to know, oh, I should have been asked him. Then she will correct herself in future. This is how knowledge is transmitted in the grassroots level. Drishti, Siddhanta, Anusthana. Now the principle is over. Now we will come to one more system. There is something called Pancha Mahayajna. I hope all of you know. Devayajna, Pitrayajna, Bhutayajna, Manushayajna and Brahmayajna. These are the 5 Mahayajnas. Our people have understood that we have to give more and more to live better. Our rishis have realized the universal law that we have to live by giving. Ishavasya Upanishad, I hope you do the pravachan of Ishavasya Upanishad you were mentioning. The Gandhi, some people call him Mahatma Gandhi, we do not. Gandhi said once that even if you destroy all the scriptures in India, if half a sentence of Ishavasya Upanishad is preserved, everything can be revived again. That much significant that half of a line, half of sentence is of Ishavasya Upanishad, according to Gandhi. What is that sentence? Tena tyaktena bhunjithaha. Ishavasya Upanishad. Ishavasya midagga sarvam yat kincha jagatyan jagat tena tyaktena bhunjitha magradha kasya svidhanam. This is the first mantra of Ishavasya Upanishad. Here, Ishaya avasyam idam sarvam. Everything that you see has been covered by animate and inanimate. Everything Ishaya, nothing but Isha, nothing but Bhagavan. Yat kincha jagatyam jagat. After saying everything, he is again specifying it, that yat kincha jagatyam jagat. The second sentence is tena tyaktena bhunjita. Therefore, you have to indulge or enjoy by tyaga. Tena tyaktena bhunjithaha. Unless you do the tyaga, you will not have the authority to enjoy, or you will not be able to enjoy. Tena tyaktena bhunjithaha. So, in this way, tyaga has been explained in this mantra, and according to the Gandhi, if we preserve this half sentence, everything can be revived again, because that is the law of the life. The same thing has been said somewhere else in a different way. I will recite, and please repeat after me. Jivane yavadadanam syat pradanam tatodhikam ityesha prarthana asmakam Bhagavan paripuryatam. Jivane yavadadanam. In life, adana means receiving. Whatever you receive, syat pradanam tatodhikam. You have to contribute more, give more. Yavad adanam syat pradanam tataha adhikam. Adhikam means more. For instance, you have kept some fruits here. You have kept 2 kg fruits here, given me adana. That is my adana. Now I have to give 3 kg fruits. Syat pradanam tatodhikam means that is only, isn't it? But is it possible mathematically? If you give me 2 kg fruits, I will be able to give back the 2 kg only. But the potential of human life is, it can be enhanced. For instance, You learned some music, some song or something. You did some sadhana on it, you bettered it, and you invented something, and you taught the same thing to the children. So, whatever you have received, you have given more, isn't it? Now, you have learned some Hatha Yoga or something, you did some sadhana on it, and you had some better experience, and you tried to teach the same thing to multiple people. Not only in quantity, with quality also you can make betterment, isn't it? Qualitative and quantitative, both kind of betterment is possible. That is only possible to human beings. This distinction is understood by our ancestors. Therefore, if you see in the West what they say, earlier they said man is a social animal, isn't it? Somebody said man is a social animal. Later, oh, man is a socio-political animal. Later, man is a socio-political religious animal. So, the evolution kept on happening. Despite the evolution, the animal was constant. It started from Greek philosophers. So, animal is constant, because according to them, human life is nothing but animal life, but with some little more requirements. According to them, man needs society, religion, spirituality, etc., but fundamentally animal. Even the Darwin says complex animal. So, except complexity, there is no difference between animal and the human being. According to the Western, I am talking about the scientific thought. If I go and talk about the religious thought, that is very much controversial and laughable. Let's leave it. So, according to the Western thought, animal. But our people, if you look at the folk music, bhakti literature and Upanishads, etc., everywhere, he was quoting Viveka Chudamani. In the Viveka Chudamani, Adi Shankaracharya also says, Jantunam narajanma durlabham atah pumstvam tato viprata. Out of all the species, human life is very rare and privileged. Durlabha. Rarely you get it. Why that much significance has been given to the human life? Because animal will survive. Ahara, Nidra, Bhaya and Maithuna, these four aspects are there for every species. If you feed a tiger, that will not think about the food until it feels hunger again. Just because it wants to keep its offsprings alive, therefore it will reproduce. So, survival instinct will drive the tiger to the reproductive process. All these things are common to human beings also, but there are certain other things. For instance, human being can keep their spine erect. No other species can keep their spine erect. And sankalpa, vikalpa. If somebody is depressed and feeling sad, after few days, oh, he might tell, oh, enough of sadness, I will come out of it. He will decide. That is a sankalpa. Resolve. Ability to resolve. An animal cannot resolve. A New Year resolution only possible to human beings. I hope all of you have made New Year resolutions. So, sankalpa, vikalpa, options. Human beings have options. They have the ability to do the sankalpa and also they have the options, vikalpa. There are 7 or 8 things that makes human beings different from the animals. We will talk about it later. If possible, we will organize a lecture on that part only. So, human beings can do many things. Therefore, they can do the value addition to whatever they are getting, and therefore they can give more. Jivane yavada danam, whatever we receive, we should be able to give more. Then only your life is fulfilled. you may experience some fulfillment at some times in life. You go back and remember, try to remember, whenever you gave something, you felt fulfilled. Whenever you received, you did not feel fulfilled. You might be feeling happy. Happiness and fulfillment are different, isn't it? You feel fulfilled only when you give. A mother, despite struggling in her home, she will feel fulfilled, because she thinks, I am running this house, I am giving everybody everything in the house. She is the boss of the house, therefore she feels fulfilled. From a communist or Marxist point of view, who consider only dharma, artha and kama, they might think that, oh, she is running around all the time, she is struggling. But according to her experience, she is not struggling, isn't it? Try to talk to your grandmother. Are they struggling? From your perception, they might be struggling. But their experience is different, because they are giving something. By giving, people evolve. So that should be the ultimate goal of life. Ultimate goal not at some point of life, every day. What is happening is, today's generation or Western influence has made people to think that, oh, I will educate myself first, I will be successful, then I will do something to the society. This is the approach, isn't it? Even in the Telugu films, the heroes used to say, even in the mainstream Telugu movies, in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, etc., the main characters used to say that, నేను ఏమైనా చేస్తాను సమాజానికి, I will do something to the society. There is no clarity what he will do. So giving back is not an incident to be happening at some point of life. It should happen every day. So this is principle knowledge. How do we bring this aspect into our life? Therefore, to bring this aspect into our life, our people have come up with Pancha Mahayajnas, 5 sacrifices. Sacrifice is a negative term.
No, they know, sir, it is. The sacredness, yeah. It is not
Pancha Mahayajnas. So, Deva Yajna, Pitra Yajna, Bhuta Yajna, Manusha Yajna, and Brahma Yajna. It would have been helpful if I had a projector. Deva Yajna means giving ahuti to the devatas. Who are devatas? Whoever is giving something to us. Vayu Devata, Agni Devata, Jala Devata. We call even Ganga Devata, Pitru Devata, Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava. Whoever is giving, the giver is Devata. Now we are receiving from them. How did we brought this body to this life? There is a saying, Sharira Madhyam Khalu Dharma Sadhanam. Whatever dharma you do, based on this body only you can do it. Therefore, you have to protect your body first. That is utmost important dharma. So how did this body come? Whatever our parents ate, that got transformed into our body, isn't it? That anna come from Oshadhi Vanaspati. In the Upanishad it is said that Akashad Vayuhu Vayor Agnihi Agnirapaha Adhyah Prithivi Prithivya Oshadhayaha Oshadhibhyonnam Annat Purushaha. This is the cycle. So our body itself is made out of Pancha Mahabhutas, 5 elements: earth, water, etc. So now we have to give back something to the Pancha Mahabhutas, because we have taken birth out of Pancha Mahabhutas, and day to day basis we are utilizing the Pancha Mahabhutas. If air stops, we cannot live, right? So we need air. But what are we doing to the air in return? What are we doing to the water in return? So that is the thing that Deva Yajna does. Through Deva Yajna, you give ahutis to the devatas. Some people might say, oh, some Brahmin sitting in his house doing swaha, swaha, how is it going to affect the Pancha Mahabhutas, 5 elements? Some people might ask it. People think it is belief system. It is not belief. If some Brahmin has to study Veda and after getting married only they are supposed to do it in the Grahastha ashrama. If a Grahastha doing Deva Yajna in his house, he needs pure cow ghee, he needs cow dung, he needs various types of samidhas. Those samidha come from jungle only. So, Palasha, for example, Palasha samidha is needed. Where does Palasha is available? It's in the jungle only. If there is Palasha, there are other trees along with the Palasha. So that ecological balance will be there for the Palasha. Also, if there is cow, there are multiple things that will sustain around the cow. So in that manner, by doing Deva Yajna, he is making sure that all the Pancha Mahabhutas are purified, protected, and better with betterment it is handed over to the next generation. That is the purpose of Deva Yajna. Forget about Punya, etc. That's anyway will be there. What is Adidaivika Prayojana, Adhyatmika Prayojana, all are his individual Prayojana, individual benefits. I am talking about the overall benefit, Bhautika benefits. Similarly, Pitru Yajna. Pitru Yajna means you have to perform Tarpana every Amavasya for your ancestors, you have to do Shraddha every year. All these things are there, Pitru Yajna. Now, I was talking about fatherless America, right? Now come to that. In India, who was our father, who was our grandfather, what is the lineage, what was their tradition, what was their customs, etc. are very important. We will follow. How do we follow? Because we consider them Devata. We do Pitru Yajna every year, Shraddha, etc. So if we do something wrong, that is against their principle, they will curse us. The strong family bondage, maintaining that lineage and having proper offsprings, educating them, all this thing is called Pitru Yajna. Even in traditional families in India, they say if you don't get married and produce proper children, your ancestor will be cursing you. You won't be able to live proper life. Producing children, Prajotpatti, is also considered sacred duty because of the Pitru Yajna. So the fatherless America problem won't exist if you implement Pitru Yajna properly. In the family, there are 4 children and one of them is not studying and he is not earning also. That is not a big problem in Indian families. Nowadays it is becoming problem, but if 1 or 2 people in the family are not earning or not studying, that is not a big problem at all. Because the other family members will take care of them. Even if family is not able to take care of them, the village will take care of them, relatives will take care of them. Government doesn't have to intervene and come up with a social scheme. All this is possible because we have a strong family system. That family value is possible only when you practice Pitru Yajna. So we are not preaching you, build a good family. We have given you a proper method which is Pitru Yajna. Understood? Preaching doesn't work. Build a system. That kind of a system our people have built. Deva Yajna, Pitru Yajna. Third one is Manusya Yajna. You have benefited by so many people in your life, isn't it? Including your family members, friends, etc., teacher, all kinds of people. There is society, therefore your family is able to live properly. Your family is sustaining because there is a society around that family, isn't it? Therefore we have to give back society, not after the 50 years of age. Giving back to the society is not the incident to be done after the 50 years of age. Manusya Yajna, how do we do it? Even in the Gita, Krishna says, Ye pachanti atma karanat. If you are cooking food for your own hunger, you are cooking papa and eating it. You are cooking the sin and eating it, consuming it. That's what brutally Krishna is saying in the Gita. What is he trying to say? He is trying to say that you have to cook the food for others and eat remains. Then you will have punya. If you are cooking for others and eating the remains, you are earning punya. This is our concept. This is nothing but Manushya Yajna. Even the small farmer, uneducated farmer, he will give to people when they harvest in the village. They give to the temple, the village priest, and so many other people. They give their shares. Remainings only they will bring to their house. Even uneducated farmers understand Manushya Yajna. You don't have to cook daily and invite people. That also happens. In Brahmin families, that is mandatory. Traditional Brahmin families used to send their children to village. In the villages, the children used to go to the center of the village and see who is sitting in the banyan tree, under the banyan tree. There will be a banyan tree in every village, and the travelers and movers will be sitting there or taking rest in the temple or somewhere. The boys from the house will run to the temple and see who is sitting. They will invite, Randi ma intiki randi bhojananiki. Come to our house for the lunch. When the guest come, after feeding them, then only the house owner is supposed to eat. This is mandatory for Vedic Brahmins. You cannot make this mandatory to everybody. Therefore, the farmer give at a time, and at the time of harvest. The Vaishyas give at the time of Deepavali, Lakshmi Puja, they will distribute so many things to so many people. So everybody does Manushya Yajna in a different manner. Means, if you are earning 100 rupees, you are eligible to enjoy 50 rupees. That is Manushya Yajna. We did not preach this as a moral value. We created system. The fourth one is Bhuta Yajna. Bhuta Yajna means, Bhuta means prani, pakshi, the animals, birds, all the species are Bhuta. Even the ghost is called Bhuta. Bhuta means the past also. Past tense is called Bhutakala. So, there are two categories of species, Palya Varga and Poshya Varga. The one has to be taken care, the another one is to be nourished. You have to keep a cow in your house, you have to have Goshala, you have to have dogs, cats, etc. These days people are keeping dogs and cats as a pet because they cannot live with themselves. So they are so lonely that they need a company. They need a company, but they cannot tolerate another human being. They cannot tolerate or live with another person. They need privacy, because if they do something wrong, the other person who is living with, he will reveal that to other people. So there is a danger of privacy with living with another person. I am not talking about marital relationship or anything. Just roommate. Having a roommate is very dangerous. Without any romantic relation, having a roommate is also dangerous, because they will reveal whatever you do to the world. Therefore, people replaced human beings and brought pets. It will give you a company like human being, but it will not reveal anything to anybody. No, I am not joking. This is the reason people are having pets, isn't it? You cannot care, work, tolerate another human being. Therefore, you need something that cannot speak. But I am talking about something else. Earlier, we used to have dogs, animals, etc. in the farm, outside the house. Dogs are not supposed to enter the house. Dogs have tamasic prana, tamas, so much tamas in the dog. Cat also. Therefore, dogs and cats, if they enter the house, they used to clean the house. In the Telugu families, they sprinkle turmeric water if the dog enters the house. Pasupu neelu kottandi. But today, people are taking the dogs in their beds also. It is destroying their spiritual growth. If you have pets, immediately get away with it inside the house. Pets are good outside the house. I am talking about in terms of the prana level, not moral value. Dogs and cats have tamasika prana. So, all this biodiversity is needed. Therefore, it is our duty to nurture them. That is Bhuta Yajna. Save Tiger, the campaign was running in our country. If we had practiced Bhuta Yajna properly, there wouldn't have been a necessity to run a campaign like Save Tigers. We failed with Pancha Mahayajnas. Therefore, we have lost so many species. The fifth one is Brahma Yajna. Brahma Yajna, in the Manusmriti, Manusmriti is the most controversial book. In the Manusmriti only, Manu Maharaj is describing all these Pancha Mahayajnas. Whatever I am talking is sounding like a good knowledge, right? This good knowledge is coming from Manusmriti. The same Manusmriti which says Nastri Swatantra Marhati and all other controversial things. You might not know, the outsiders might not know, in India, Manusmriti is most controversial book. According to some people, it is a very regressive and suppressive kind of constitution through which Brahmins exploited the society. All kinds of narratives are there based on the Manusmriti. The same Manusmriti tells us the details of Pancha Mahayajna, the most scientific execution model to sustain the world, the BAP of all sustainabilities. Adhyapanam Brahmayajna. Brahmayajna is nothing but Adhyapana, teaching. If you have some knowledge, you have to teach it to somebody. Carry forward the knowledge tradition. If you are carrying forward the knowledge tradition, that is Brahmayajna. So, the Brahma, you are not supposed to do the Yajna by taking salary, isn't it? Therefore, it has been made mandatory to Brahmin population that you should do Adhyapana without taking the salary. Therefore, Brahmins are called Pantulu. Even teachers are called Pantulu in villages, in Telugu. Panditji, in North, Panditji and teacher are synonyms. So, Brahmins are not supposed to earn salaries through teaching. So, they should perform their teacher job as a yajna, mandatory duty, through which they will purify themselves and attain higher dimensions. So, if we bring back that system, if teachers start behaving like a proper Brahmin, Guru, and with the sense of yajna, what problems we have today in the education? Education has become commercial, it has become exam centric, it has become, all kinds of problems are there in the education, isn't it? All the problems will go away. Don't pay the teacher. But similarly, look after them the way you are supposed to look after them. That used to be the tradition, that used to be the lifestyle in India. Teachers were not paid. They had privileges in terms of respect, not in terms of wealth. They had power in terms of responsibility, not in terms of exploitative power. The more and more responsibility, the more and more respect. This responsibility and respect looked like an exploitative system to the Westerners who came to study India, because they had similar experiences in their country. Some priestly class exploited them. With that experience, the indulged, the historians came to India and they wrote, sitting in Oxford, Harvard, etc., they wrote papers on India. That became the knowledge, academic knowledge, based on which our policies are made now. With reservations, teachers are appointed who doesn't want to teach. There is no sense of duty to teach. But still, they are appointed as teachers because somebody told that they are exploited. The definition of exploitation, etc., are debatable. Anyway, in this way, our Bharatiya rishis come up with knowledge which can be implemented in the society through these systems. That's how even people who are not traditionally educated are already practicing the tradition. You don't have to study tradition to become traditional. This is the power of parampara. Let me give an example. Day before yesterday also I gave the example, the tea making process. I used to make good tea before taking sannyas. Even I cook well. I write. So, where did I learn? I learned from somebody. That person also learned from somebody. So, somebody wanted to make a beverage and they come up with something, and the R&D happened, it got evolved, and today we have proper evolved tea making process without we putting effort. That is how parampara transmits knowledge into our lives. That is useful. As I said, neem leaves. The lady in a village who is using neem leaves, turmeric, etc. in her day-to-day life, does she know what it causes? What is the molecular structure? She doesn't even know the spelling of molecular. But she is benefited by it. That is how, without making in the school system, today we are going to learn mathematics. So they announce and they teach. Our people taught some songs and stories through which we learnt mathematics. We didn't even know that we are learning mathematics. Let me give an example. Before taking sannyas, I used to work in a NGO as a volunteer, full-time volunteer, unpaid volunteer, to bring back the indigenous education system into the mainstream, gurukul system. So I was roaming around in Bangalore once, and I saw some board which said Singapore Addictive Maths, SAM, special class. So you have to pay 10,000 per month. I rang the number and I asked them, what is Singapore Addictive Maths? Tell me. They said, we will make it is so addictive that children forget that they are learning mathematics and they get addicted to the activity, that through that activity only they will learn the mathematics. I said, oh. I remembered my childhood. When I was 3 years or 4 years old, we were taught a song. Vandu, Erado, Balele, Harado, Muru, Nalku, Annava, Haku. In this way, there is a song. What is the children's song called? Rhymes. That kind of rhyme kind of a thing. Through that rhyme only, I learnt 1 to 10 counting. It is very difficult to remember 1, 2, but it is easy to remember that song because of the rhythm. It is nothing but Singapore Addictive Maths. Much more advanced. Much more advanced. So I did some research on it again. Australia also has adopted it. They say SAM, seriously addictive math. In Australia it is called seriously addictive math. So making a course out of some knowledge and presenting it as a product is not our practice. We shared knowledge like air, and it is imbibed in our lifestyle. So without even realizing that, we learn so many things in our lives. If you come from a traditional family and traditional background, so that is slowly it is becoming very difficult because the urbanization, the policies are such that everybody has to come to the urban center to live better life. Forced migration. We have 10 minutes. I will wind up very soon. In this way, we have to understand the Bharata. The spirituality aspect of it is very deep, and you have a guru to teach about it. Therefore, I did not talk about spirituality today. I talked about the Bharat only, how Bharat functions. So this kind of great Bharat was in difficult situation around 2500 years ago. Now also it is very difficult situation. At that time also it was in a very difficult situation because some unscientific thought processes had become dominant. For instance, there is a TV serial called Chanakya. I hope Indians know. There is a very popular TV series called Chanakya. In the Chanakya serial, Chanakya is coming back to his hometown and talking to his friends. And he asks, what's going on in Patliputra? His friend says, it is becoming very difficult to run gurukulams here because many bhikkhus are coming to the bhiksha. For instance, there is a gurukul and there are 40 or 50 students. Those students are going in the village to get the bhiksha, alms. Teachers are not paid, therefore the society's duty is to give bhiksha to the students. Society's duty, I am saying, not charity. It's a yajna, manusya yajna. So children are dividing themselves in different streets. You go in this street, I will go in this street. In that manner, they will distribute themselves in different parts of the village. Now, what has happened? The Jain sadhus have come, Buddhist bhikkhus have come. So many people have come who don't earn, who live on the bhiksha. All of them are also coming now. The households are confused whom to give bhiksha. It is taking a toll on their economic, their monthly budget. So if you give the bhiksha to the student, that is their dharma, their duty. But if you don't give to the another person, the royal family will get angry because they already have converted. The royal family itself is converted and they have built so many institutions. Thousands and millions of new bhikkhus have come up who doesn't do any work, who doesn't teach, who doesn't learn. Becoming a bhikshu itself is a quality. Even if you commit a crime, there is no consequence. If you go and pray that I have done so and so mistake, I will not do it again. Everything is fine. No consequence. So this kind of thought processes had become dominant. If I have to say straightforward, in a straightforward, Buddhism and Jainism had become dominant, which were creating a lot of problems. Spiritually, today we might derive something useful from those traditions, but at that time, society was facing a lot of problems. Even if you read Swami Vivekananda's works, you will get to know what kind of problems they had created. So at that time, and other things also, there were 72 different traditions who were not aligning with the scientific thought of Vedic life. Therefore, the Shankaracharya took avatara. The Bhagavan Shankara took avatara in the form of Adi Shankaracharya. He influenced kings. He built institutions. He revived Siddhi Kshetras, Tirtha Kshetras. He wrote books. He propagated a lot of things. He did so many things by the age of 32, and he retired. So he thought the other side is coming up with institutionalized conversion and institutionalized work. Our Vedic people don't have institutionalized framework. Therefore, we have to come up with a framework. So we cannot invent anything new. Therefore, the sannyasa ashrama, brahmacharya, grahastha, vanaprastha and sannyasa, these are the 4 ashramas. The sannyasa ashrama is not in practice, regular practice. People are not taking sannyasa, people are not going to vanaprastha. Brahmacharya and grahastha, only 2 ashramas are there. Even today also. Even today, who is going to vanaprastha ashrama? Nobody is going. Therefore, there is an imbalance in the society. At least 30% of the people should take sannyasa. Then only there will be a balance. Anyway, so Shankara's time also, then he revived the sannyasa ashrama. Revived, and he established 10 systems. Bharati, Saraswati, Giri, Parvata, like that. There are 10 types of sannyasas he revived. It is called Dashanami Parampara, Dashanami sannyasa. So the Bharati and Saraswati traditions are supposed to take care of the education, spirituality, etc. The Giri, Parvata, etc., they are supposed to work in a different area of the society. In this manner, he revived sannyasa ashrama. He established institutions. He established 4 peethams across 4 corners of the country. And some historians and some traditions say that he went back to Kanchipuram and he stayed in the Kanchipuram only, and he left his body in the Kanchipuram only. The other side of scholars claim that he went to Himalaya and disappeared. There are 2 versions to it. We don't have clarity. Anyway, so these 4, Dakshinamnaya, Purvamnaya, Uttaramnaya, Paschimamnaya, are the royal peethams. These are not just spiritual organizations. In India, we had a self-governing system. In the peetham, for example, in the Kudali Sringeri Mutt, a lot of Maharashtra, North Karnataka, Telangana, etc., around 3 to 4 states are jurisdictions of the Kudali Mutt. So, people belonging to the Kudali Mutt tradition, they are supposed to come to the mutt and take blessings of the Swamiji, and whatever duty they are performing, they are supposed to perform. If there is a marriage happening in the family, they come to the mutt first, take blessings of the Swamiji, then only they will distribute the invitation to everybody. The first invitation or blessings from the Swamiji only. In that manner, the family is directly connected to the mutt. If somebody does something that is against the Dharma Shastra or against the societal norms, etc., immediately they will say, oh, you will not even get the tirtha in the mutt. Tirtha means after performing the puja, the tirtha will be given by the Swamiji. So if somebody comes who is committing something irregular activity, he is asked to step out of the queue. You step out of the queue, you will not get the tirtha. So not getting the tirtha in the mutt is the biggest punishment for them. Today people don't even know about it. Anyway, the two generations ago, it was the permanent practice. Not being able to get the tirtha from Swamiji is the biggest insult, punishment. Therefore, people used to refrain from certain things. As I said earlier, 2 brothers fighting with each other, they refrain themselves from fighting because of the kirti of the family. So in this manner, without the dependency of the judiciary, police system, etc., we were a self-sustaining, self-governing society. Even in Sadguru Jaggi Vasudevji Isha Foundation, he used to say that the village where their ashram is, there are only 2 policemen for over 2 lakh population. For 2 lakh population, there no cases are registered in that station. In America, let us take an example of America. The moment you dial the number, within 5 minutes you will get police in front of your house, isn't it? In India, in villages, if you call police, after 3-4 days, they might arrive. Because there is no need of such vigilant police. Because why? Society is self-governed due to such kind of systems. Today they are going to the courts. Earlier they were never went to courts. So in this way, mutt was a regulatory center for the society, not only a spiritual teaching center. We don't see spirituality, society, dharma, etc. as separate things. Everything is interconnected, integrated and holistic. Therefore, the mathas are not ashrams or spiritual teaching centers. They are Nabhi, navel center of the society. They used to have influence over policy making also. They used to give shelter to so many people. Therefore, the kingdoms gave thousands of acres land to the mutt. For example, the Kudali mutt, the Kudali Shingeri mutt had around 61,000 acres land at the time of independence. At the time of independence means 1947. 75 years ago, our mutt had 61,000 acres land. Why? Because lot of people are living in the under the patronage of mutt. So now they cannot do anything wrong. If they do something wrong, immediately they will be kicked out from that land. The another person will be given. So to protect their livelihood, they will be in a regulated way of life. In this way, we self-regulated our society through the institutions that are established by the Adi Shankaracharya. So he did not establish mutt only, he did a lot of things. The contribution of Adi Shankaracharya to the world is immense. At least 10 PhDs has to be done to understand what Shankaracharya did. I tried to explain very briefly to all of you, and also it is very pleasant and encouraging to talk to people who are jidnyasus, who are interested to know something. Otherwise, what happens is, in a day-to-day basis, many people, at least I meet 300 families in a day in our mutt or somewhere else. Wherever I go, at least 300 families I get to meet at least. 99.9% people, what they ask is, my son is not getting married, please bless us. We are not able to match make and our daughter-in-law is not reproducing, please bless her. Our house is not being sold, please bless us. So, in the Gita, Krishna says, Artho, Jidnyasur, Artharthi, Jnani cha Bharatarshava. There are 4 types of devotees, Artha, Jidnyasu, Artharthi and Jnani. The number of Jnanis are very less. Artha, the one who has been beaten up, Artha, one who is crying, are the more in the society. They come to mutt. Blessing them also is our duty. I cannot say, oh, I am a scholar, I am supposed to teach Vedanta only. Only people who are interested in the Vedanta come. Nobody will come. A job of Pithadipati is having a motherly attitude and taking care of everybody. Then only the society connects to the mutt. To bless them, we have to have power, right? Therefore, we have to do our own anusthana. We have to follow a lot of customs. We have to have the pranava japa and all the sannyasa customs we have to follow. Then only the parampara's grace comes upon us. With that grace only we will be able to bless the people. Otherwise, with our own ability, we cannot bless that many people. An individual cannot bless 300 people on a daily basis. The parampara has to bless us. So, to have the access of parampara, we have to follow a lot of customs, traditions, etc. Therefore, they were saying initially that sannyasa is a very life of sacrifice. Every step, we are not even supposed to touch anybody. As I said, we are not even supposed to remember where I was born. That kind of detachment. When we talk to somebody in the phone, they say namaskaram. Immediately the namaskaram comes. But we have to refrain. We are not supposed to do namaskaram to others. So every second we have to be vigilant, mindful. What I wear, what I speak, everything is observed. That kind of a responsibility is given to a Pithadipati, and also privileges and also the responsibility are given to the Pithadipati. It's been 1.5 years since I took sannyas and came to the Kudali. It has been a great experience, and also I did not expect that such an opportunity will come very soon to talk to all of you, because local people only come to the Kudali Matna these days. If you want to meet different kind of people, we have to travel Bangalore, Pune, Mumbai, etc. There also the people who are associated with the mutt only will come. It is very rarely I get an opportunity to talk to people who are not associated with the mutt, and also been in the path of spirituality and will be able to understand some profound things. Therefore, I feel very happy to talk to all of you and wish that we will be able to have more and more conversations like this. Narayan, Narayan. Yes, conclude చేసేయండి.
Sir, then use me. So
I hope my English was good.
No, sir, your English is. I always tell my English poor. Frankly speaking. So you have seen whatever I explained today. You have heard from Swamiji the 5 great sacrifices too. So all that, the way it evolved. The great Shankaracharya or the great learners, it's not that they make it complex, but they make it so simple. Every beginning to ending. So that what is Vedanta or what is, say, what they are doing, what is Bharat, very simple words, so that each one of us we can understand what is being explained to us. So, listening from you, sir, your walk, as you said, it is so difficult to maintain that position, understand? It's not easy. We said, na nami, kim namadeya, what's my name? What is your name? Beyond nama rupa. It's easy to say, but so difficult that position to maintain. How honored we all are. I always tell, sir, about the incredible nature of the Mathas and Peethadipatis, how we should not judge them, how we should look at them. As representatives of the gods, gods won't come. They come in the form of, so the emissaries, you are emissaries of the system of that absolute science. You have heard today that science, scientific terms, so in a very simple way. So it is incredible to listen to you, sir. And your simplicity is telling the truth. So your past or whatever it is, the way you come. So that is what your straightforwardness, your transparency, your truthfulness, that is what Peethadipatis are, I always say. So we feel so humble in front of you, in all humility, in all humbleness. So we feel so privileged to have you this morning, sir. So we are incredibly grateful to you. And your blessings, so upon us, coming from Shankaracharya. So it is all the blessings of, the Paramatma, Parabrahma. So, and that lineage what you represent, sir, just now you said, it is, you are in a channel that allow the flow of this science to, so come to us. Thank you so much, sir, on all our behalf, on all our students' behalf. So any shortfall on our behalf, so we seek your forgiveness. So because any way of dishonoring, or because we do not know etiquette, manners, so it could happen. So thank you so much for wonderful your whatever you have given us. Grateful to you. Swamiji, I think he is distributing prasada. So before, on behalf of all of you, on behalf of our tradition, as I said, Guru Dakshina. Dakshinya. Without Guru Dakshina, there is no Dakshinya. So as per the traditions, so we kindly request on our tradition, on our parampara, Sampradaya Yoga, at your lotus feet. So this is Patikamala from Himalayas. So kindly, okay, Japamala, you can gift it or you can use it. So just see what it is.
కలసం తీసేయండి కలసం ఈ వాచ్ తీసుకోండి Just a minute.
Yes, sir. Okay. So take your own time, sir. It's only delaying for you. For us, we are here morning to evening, sir. Your presence energizes us. Every minute of your delay, sir, is a blessing for us. Yes, sir.
We did not bring anything special to give.
No, sir. So whatever you have given is special, sir. We feel harmed. If any of you don't have this, take it.
All of you can come one by one.
One by one, one by one. Serially you can come. Like this. First row. Yeah, please come, please. Both of you. Come, Shad.
పర్లేదు ఎట్లా పర్లేదు నేను అడ్డంగా అవుతుంది దారికి అడ్డంగా అవుతున్నాను
Are you okay? Sir, he is from Oxford.
Humanities department. Humanities department of Oxford.
He constructed on his own one yoga shala there as a community service. And he is a PhD in engineering.
Engineering. He saved. Not engineering. The humanities people.
Yes, sir.
In the universities are
Yes,
the
yes.
problem creators for the globe.
We should visit once, sir, Oxford, to his yoga shala to bless.
అంటే ఒక నెల మొత్తం ఇక్కడే ఉంటారా? You stay 1 month here.
So we 10 days we come for, sir. 10 days, yes.
ఎవరమ్మా?
We will be leaving on 13th, sir. We will be leaving on 13th. అంత లీవ్ తీసుకోలేరు కదా సార్, అది మేము వేర్ ఆల్ ఫుల్ టైం వర్కింగ్.
ప్రొఫెషనల్.
Sir, she is the senior most here, coming from America, very devoted Catholic, and very quick to grasp.
ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಆವಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿದ್ವಿ, ಬಟ್ ಈ ಬಟ್ಟೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಲ್ಲ, ಸೋಫಾ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಾತ್ರೂಮ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು. స్వగ్రామం అంటే
మాది హైదరాబాద్ అని చెప్పాలి. మా మొదటి సూర్యాపేట.
సూర్యాపేట. మీరు రెగ్యులర్గా ఎక్కడ ఉంటారు?
హైదరాబాద్.
అయితే నెక్స్ట్ టైం మేము హైదరాబాద్ వచ్చినప్పుడు కలుస్తాం. శివానంద ఆశ్రమంలో ఉన్నారా?
ఉన్నాను సార్. 1977, 78 అంతా 2 years.
మీరు హైదరాబాదా? మరాఠీ.
అమరేంద్ర.
పర్లేదు. రూమ్కి వెళ్దాం ఒకసారి.
వెళ్దాం సార్.
వెళ్ళి కొంచెం వాష్రూమ్కి వెళ్ళి కొబ్బరి నీళ్ళు తాగేసి
జయ జయ శంకర హర హర శంకర. ఏమండి, ఏం రాలేదు, తీసుకోండి. ఇంత లేటా?
श्रीमद् जगद्गुरु शंकराचार्य स्वामी महाराज
की जय. సరే, మనం లిఫ్ట్లో వెళ్దాం సార్. లిఫ్ట్లో వెళ్దాం. కింద నుంచి లిఫ్ట్లో ఉండి వెళ్దాం.